Hello. How's it going? I haven't played this game in a bit. Or game. Visual novel. Just haven't felt like it lately. I was kind of really into recording the Pokemon stuff, and I was like, this is kind of put to the backside. We'll keep doing it. Try my best not to stop doing this one. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were in a house. Sorry. We're in a house with the girls. That was it. And we was like, our mum was pimping us out to become the seed for all these ladies. Well, this is the situation. So you... I don't remember what voice I did. Oh, so you're the new dorm mother. While I was explaining the situation, the boarding students, apart from the girl in the underwear, who was putting on some clothes, surrounded me but kept their distance. and watched at me. They watched at me. They were watching at me. This is no good, is it? A boy being the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory? That's alright, isn't it? Yeah, sounds pretty tight. The dorm mother? Wow, look at you and your little harem. Oh, it's your standard harem majigger thing. From behind the underwear girl, she was wearing some clothes now, but they were pretty gaudy, with some girls who looked like they were hiding, but they were nodding and agreeing.
You know, he comes here, that will be bigger problem.
Yeah, that's right, but I just thought it would be someone older.
Yeah.
Incidentally, there is now one more person than before. She was kind of timid and looked to be the same age, or maybe a year younger than me. They were gaudy? Is that really gaudy? I don't know. What is it? Did you say your name was Al? How old are you? I'm still a student from tomorrow. I'll be going to Kaifu Academy. I'm in the 2nd grade. So you're in the grade below. I like him young. Hee hee hee, she said. What do you mean hee hee? The person who came to speak to all of you is my mother, and well, she kind of half tricked me into accepting this job as dorm mother. She really, really, really wants some grandkids. Oh god, I'm sorry it keeps shaking. I'm trying to move my chair. The camera keeps shaking. She really wants grandkids. Big time. My mum had been has a job connected to real estate. Let's try that again. My mum has a job connected to real estate, and her company manages this property. There you go. Well, what should we do, Yuka? Should we change? Well, that's the situation. The person who seemed the oldest said so, and the other people reluctantly nodded in agreement. This is just until the owner caretaker comes back or we find someone else. I apologize for the inconvenience, but for the time being, let's all try to get along. I know I will. Once the conversation was over, naturally everyone left and went back to their rooms. Hey, I'm sorry. Everyone could be so childish. They got carried away in front of a young guy like you. I'm Kaneko. Shikurin. If you need anything, please ask me. Waifu. Wait, I've got the demon voice.
Waifu. So kawaii.
The caretaker's room was at the end of the corridor on the 1st floor. Thank you very much. Was that all the boarding students? There's the underwear girl. Oh, Kaneko, who is with me now. Yuka, the tall girl. This isn't the underwear girl. Oh, okay. Yuka, the tall girl with long hair, and Sana, the girl with glasses. The timid one who came from the back is Ryoko. That's 4 people altogether. Well, there is one more person, but she's what you might call the reclusive type. Wonder if she'll come out of her room at some point. I bet it's the wheelchair lady. Oh? Never words, there are 5 boarders in total. This building is pretty, but there are only 5 people living here. Come to think of it, my mum did say that there are quite a few empty rooms. It's old and a little far from school, so maybe it's not that popular. Whew, I've worked up a sweat, so I'm going to go take another bath. Why would you tell me that? She leaves her door slightly ajar. Aoi is confused. Anyway, the conversation ended well, so I'll call my mother to let her know.
Mom, why Why did you make me the godmother of this place?
So in the end, we somehow worked things out.
Oh, really? That's good. I tell you this now, though. Keep your hands off the girls.
He's got no hands. Listen, mother, I know why you put me here. I know why you put me here. Okay. What are you talking about, Mum?
Well, as long as it doesn't cause any problems, it's okay. Also, I told you before, but one of them has a walking disability. It's the wheelchair girl.
Flap, flap, flap. Suddenly, the sound of flapping wings came from down the hallway. Then a shrill voice sounded out. Wait, Hat! Huh? Something big and white came flying down the hallway from behind at breakneck speed.
Oh my god, it's the pretty girl. Oh my god, so kawaii. Desu, animal is my life. Waifu.
I don't really know what that was. It was the girl in the wheelchair. Oh my god, what was that?
Wait, you stupid duck! Give my panties back!
Oh, of course, it's a duck who steals ladies' panties. That makes sense. The big white thing, which somehow seemed like a duck, it is a duck, was flapping its wings and flew behind me. The girl in the wheelchair avoided all the obstacles in her path, in other words, me, and chased down the duck with it like a drift racer. It was so oh god. I was so overwhelmed by the speed that I couldn't say anything. I've got you, Hat. There we go. I hit it. I kept hitting buttons. The girl in the wheelchair caught. Look, who's got like a little. Is that a fedora? I don't know. All hats are fedoras. Any hat you show me is basically now a fedora, and you can't escape that. The girl in the wheelchair caught the duck at my feet and snatched away a small white cloth, possibly panties, from his beak.
Jeez, you're always playing tricks. If you do it again, I'll turn you into Peking duck.
Oh, you could eat him. The girl put the duck on her knee and lectured him. I remembered seeing that before. However, somehow a lot different to the image she had during the day. Yeah, chasing around a duck who's stealing her panties. In the daytime, she seemed more dainty and delicate. However, her appearance was the same. It's not often that you see such a pretty girl. Looks like your tire's in good condition. And at this point, she realized there was actually a person in the room. She finally realized that there was a guy standing there.
Huh? Hello? Are you listening?
Oh, yeah, what was it?
I was saying there's a disabled girl, so take good care of her.
Well, I take good care of her. You know what I'm like, mother. Sure, I got it. Okay, talk to you soon, Mom. Gotta go.
Howdy here, beep.
I replied as I ended the call.
Why are you...
She got as far as saying that before she realized that she had the small cloth in her hand and tried to hide it by stuffing it under her backside.
Why are you here? He's the new DENMOTHER, Kotori-chan. Kotori-chan.
Kaneko, who was supposed to be having a bath, poked her head out. Surprised she didn't come out covered in like bath suds or something.
Really? What do you mean? I hadn't heard about that. Even if I tried to tell you, Kotori-chan, you hardly ever come out of your room.
You mean the new DENMOTHER is a boy? I heard a noise then. Hey, look! Is what it felt like she was saying as she relentlessly pointed at me.
We already had this conversation a long time ago. Huh?
The girl, now known as Kotori, glanced at Kaneko like she was interfering. I'm the new DENMOTHER. Minasi. I will never get that right. And I never care to.
Kotori Habani.
Kotori seemed to meet my introduction with reluctance.
This is Hat, but you know that already.
Man, she looks like she's gonna kill me. Hat turned to face me and flapped his wings. He's a clever duck.
Are you really the DENMOTHER?
Yeah, that's right. So you are against it? If she says she doesn't like the fact that dorm mother of a girl's dormitory is a guy, or the fact that we're the same age, there's nothing I can do about it. Closes her eyes and quietly takes a deep breath, as if trying to focus her mind. Forget about what happened during the day. During the day? Which part? As much as possible. That's right. If I had to say... She stopped talking and stared at Kaneko, who was standing behind, listening. Kaneko looked as if she was saying, okay, okay, as she disappeared down the hallway.
That I made a careless mistake that I started crying.
Oh. The incident was quite startling, and I remember it well. Man, she's like totally different now. She's like a whole new lady. Now she's all like, before she thought it was a passing moment, she was like, oh, I know. And now she's now I'm there in her life. She's like, oh god. That incident was quite startling, and I remember, oh, that's me. To see a girl tears from so close like that is something I don't experience very often. I usually watch them from afar, from my binoculars as they cry, sadly. I like to watch them from my binoculars from the trees and bushes. I don't know what she thinks about, but those tears were very beautiful. Tasted salty.
Have you forgotten it?
No, not yet.
Forget about it right now.
Don't be so silly. When you say like that, I love these like spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes. They're fantastic. It just makes it even more strongly engraved in my memory.
Look, you're new here, so you don't know. Even like this,
Kodori straightened up her back, composed her expression and smiled. And swish, with a natural gesture, she lifted her hair up.
Don't you feel my cool allure?
Allure? What? What's allure? Allure?
Ah, allure. I just said it wrong. That's all.
Oh, I've heard of that word before.
I'll say it again. Let me do it again.
She said that and then straightened her back and made a composed smile again. Okay, that's enough. I get it, all right?
Jeez, you're such a jerk, nitpicker, low life.
Wow, Jesus, what? What was that? Kodori used just about every insult there is. She even called me a garbage boy shit-stained lord. And I cried. I cried for days. I cried so hard. Then she hurriedly raced back down the hallway and back into her room. Along the way, Hat, who had been thrown off, chased after her and entered the room for a small door, maybe a special door for ducks, built into the bottom of the main door. I looked on in disbelief. I need to say this, but the dainty and delicate image that she had in the daytime had completely crumbled away. It's all a facade. A delicate bud was beginning to sprout, and we shared a fleeting love. What? But... wow, I feel like he read into that more than there was. Cool a little, right? When I remember lifting her hair and being so full of confidence, I feel like I could burst out laughing. She's so funny. From the beginning, everything's been so messed up. From tomorrow, it looks like things will start getting interesting. I really felt like that prediction would come true. Yeah, definitely. Definitely gonna all to get pretty interesting now. I just dropped water on my mouth. On my mouth? On my body? Water just fell out of my mouth onto my body. That's what I was trying to say. My first job as dorm mother, grow a pair of boobs. That is to make breakfast for the boarders.
Munch, munch. That's some good eating. Mm-hmm. Hi, you're good at cooking. Can I have some more?
Sure, big bowl, right?
You know it.
I'm pretty confident in my cooking. Until recently, I was living with my father, who was ordered to transfer to the country, and every day I helped with the housework. I was in charge of preparing the meals, and it's not that like I hated cooking or anything. It's one of the reasons why I accepted the job as dorm mother. So the others don't need breakfast, huh? Since just now no one had come into the dining hall, sometimes there would be someone walking through the hallway in the front, but they seemed to be sneaking around. Kaneko looked towards the hallway, just as the oldest boarder Yuko was peeking in before swiftly dashing off. Man, it's like I've got the cooties.
Jeez, they're all not so naive. They still haven't gotten used to boys. What's the voice I did for? Wow, they're so naive. They still haven't gotten used to boys.
You're used to boys, though. You're so used to boys. But Kaifu is a co-ed school, right?
Even if you go to the same school, you won't see them with their bare heads and faces without makeup.
Oh, I see. They're like... Oh, they're not afraid of being dressed down in front of the handsome man that is... I see. It seems that a guy behind the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory will have its problems after all. Looks like I'll have to avoid putting my makeup on to make them feel better too. There is a reason why I accepted the job as a dorm mother at Flying Fish Manor. Not long ago, the owner janitor collapsed. It sounds like she's pretty old, and as well as straining her back, she caught a summer cold, which became aggravated. The owner soon began looking for a replacement, but it was hard to find one. Then she sought help from the real estate company where my mother works. And my mother, knowing I needed to get down there and get funky. Oh shit, well, this is one of the properties that my mum manages, and is an old acquaintance of the owner from decades ago. She nominated me for this job just as I was planning to come back here. On the documents, my mum is the one responsible for this place. She got me to carry out the practical duties. In other words, the work of the dorm mother. Then that became the condition for me coming back to this town. As always, she's very crafty, but I wasn't really against the idea, so I accepted. Yeah, you love it. If I'd known it was a girls' dormitory, of course, I would have refused. I would never have come to just a girls' one. Wow, definitely. This place is old, a little far from the school, but the rent is cheap. Apart from the food and admin expenses, it costs next to nothing. That's why it would be a big problem for me if I couldn't stay here, and if in the worst case scenario, the boarders won't be able to go to school. So for now, it seems that everyone has accepted a guy as the dorm mother. That's good, because I'm here to stay, baby.
Thanks for the meal. Whew, that was good.
Kaneko stacked up the dishes on the counter and licked her lips in satisfaction. IOE.
Everyone will get used to you soon. Well then, I'm off now. Bye-bye.
She had eaten it all. Not even a single grain of rice was left. To have people enjoy my cooking feels pretty good. I feel deeply relieved. Sorry, she threw up afterwards because she was just like, oh, that was terrible. I feel deeply relieved. I'm happy that things are going well. Ah, jeez, I better get ready for school. In the entrance of the dormitory, there was Kotori. She was dressed in her uniform and looked like she was about to go to school. Morning, Kotori.
Morning.
You going to school? Should we go together?
Why do you want to do that?
Why? Well,
If you're worried about my legs, then there's no need.
She put it bluntly as she quickly went out to the front door. Well, I was actually, don't know my way there, but okay. I don't have any friends at school, so I was just asking. It looked like we'd had a strange misunderstanding. She's very sensitive about her legs. Wearing my new uniform, I make my way to school. I'm a dorm mother, but also a student of Kaifu Academy. I mean, this is my real occupation. My real occupation. Today's the first day at my new school. I'm not really the shy type, but I guess I'm kind of nervous. I would say that the school I was going to before was a sports-focused all-boys school. Kaifu Academy, the school I'll be going to now, is an engineering school and a co-ed, and the school traditions are quite different too. As I walk the streets that lead to the school, there are more and more groups of people wearing the same uniform. This is the same area in which I lived 5 years ago. There should be a few people I know, but most of the people who I'd recognize went on to regular schools. I wonder if the ones who chose to go to Kaifu Academy remember me. Even if I only know one person, it would make a big difference. Boy, I'm going to have such a fun time in this school, getting up to all sorts of hijinks. Who knows what'll happen? There'll be more weird misunderstandings of Missed too. Oh yeah, which school do Agiha and the others go to? They're my childhood friends who I always played with when I was a kid. There's Agiha, Mabu, Hatoru, and Anchan. Out of the group, Agiha and Mabu are the same age as me, but we haven't met in 5 years and haven't really stayed in touch. We just about managed to exchange New Year cards, but that reminds me, in the corner of last year's New Year card, I think there were a small message about which school we were planning to go to. What did it say? A lot of things happened, or maybe I'm just a little lazy, but I haven't told anyone apart from Anchan that I'm coming back. To be honest, I'm not even sure how I should be if I meet them. If I met them? That was a really weird transition. With the ones like Agiha, she'd probably smash my face in. She'd say, "Why didn't you contact me?" or something. She looked and acted like a real tomboy. When I remember the past, it makes me smile, but hey. At the point where Toe Street leading to the school meet, there was a girl wearing a kaifu uniform standing there looking towards me. The other girls that she was walking to school with asked, "What's up?" and they seemed puzzled as they spoke to her. However, it seems that the girl can't hear them, and she's staring over here at me. Just faintly, her eyes seemed full of surprise. She's pretty cute. Without realizing, I stopped walking and was staring at the girl. So a few days ago, I was going to an all-boys school. The sight of a girl on the way to school in her uniform, she was pretty cute too, just in case I didn't reinforce that before, causing me to get palpitations is perfectly reasonable. Is that you, Ivy? Is this going to be, what's his face? Agahagi? Aguguhugi? Agagahugugugi? Yeah, it is. Suddenly having someone call my name in such a carefree manner made me feel a little nervous. Who is it? It is Yui.
No way, it really is you.
There, she said my name again, and she had such a happy expression on her face. All this time with a strawberry carton? Why is that there? Just a weird angle. Do I know any girls this cute? No, wait, I've seen this face before. When she smiles like this, her eyes sparkle like a little kid's. Is that you, Agia?
Yeah, of course it's me. Did you forget my face?
She asked as she briskly moved closer, bringing her face right up to mine. It's definitely Agia. She's changed a lot, but if I just look at her face, there's no doubt that it's her. Is it really that, Agia? Is that really her name, Agiha? Yeah, very funny. How many other Agihas do you know? 100% authentic, the real Agiha Hemiguri.
100% authentic, the real Aggie Hamagi.
There you go, that's her voice now.
100%.
What is it? What is it? Said the other girls as they gathered round in a circle. Agiha turned to face them and introduced me.
This is Aoi Minasi. He's a transfer student. You remember him, don't you, Saichin?
Sachin replied, "No way, Ahi? Ahi?" As she warmly raised her voice in surprise. When we were in the 4th grade of elementary school, we were in the same class once. Oh wow, okay.
I had childhood friends.
He used to live here, but he got transferred to another school, right?
The girls seemed impressed by Agiha's explanation, and they looked at me with eyes full of expectation, like I was about to perform magic or explode on the spot. Nice to meet you, I'm Minasi. In front of all these girls in their uniforms, I greeted them with a stern look on my face as I tried to hide my embarrassment. Agiha laughed as she looked on with relish. I never thought I would find myself doing introductions in the street on the way to school like this, so I was totally unprepared. I didn't even bring my magic kit. I'll say it again. Let me do it again. I could hear Miss Aliz's words in the back of my mind.
My God, you've gotten taller. I didn't recognize you at first.
As she spoke, Agiha was moving her hands around my head to show the difference in height between myself and her. Our bodies were making contact, but she either didn't notice or didn't really mind. And he's like, "Oh, don't get a boner." I flinched slightly, but the fact that she was so unreserved actually made me feel more comfortable.
Back in the day, we used to have such a good matches. Boys are so unfair.
Let me guess, she's like totally into you. And she's going to be really obvious about it. Speaking of which, you've changed too.
Really? Really?
She said, you think so. She looked at herself. Yeah, you always looked like a boy, so I was surprised to see that you became a girl. I always thought you turned into a man. Those are my honest thoughts, but I said them in a way that sounded weird. I thought you might find it slightly charming, but...
So I've become quite the woman, haven't I?
Aggie laughed happily and did a little turn on the spot. The force of her spin made her skirt float round gently, and she spun around too fast and took off and flew into the sky. And there you go, she's gone. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, look at this. We're learning all the different girls. Now we've got a disabled girl who is she's a very strong girl. She's on the defense. Doesn't want to seem weak in front of you. And then we've got whose name I find really weird, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Who probably has a thing for you. And that's probably going to be that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.